that. And here we are, we're ready to get into this one. Stockholm, how are you feeling about this? Here it is, Gambit versus FURIA, map 1 in this best of 3, the playoffs here at the Major, and we're kicking things off on Inferno, and I wouldn't want it any other way than a mid-aggression coming right out of Gambit.
Straight down mid, nafany's looking for something, and we've got FURIA stuck between a rock and a hard place. There's flames not helping them either. Straight through the smoke, and that'll be an aggressive start to this pistol round, but it's not over yet. Yuri's in a 1 versus 4. Molotov to try and create some space, and maybe he can isolate some fights as he stands behind him. You can see the double peek. Axile to get that last kill. Gambit take the pistol.
Nice start for them on the CT side, but I'm sure that FURIA will have some tricks up their sleeve as they move into this next round. The question is, do they want to get that pressure on straight away? Are we going to see a force buy, or are they going to just save, keep things chill for now? Of course not, James. Of course not. We're going to get the MAC-10 coming out straight away on KSCERATO. They mean business in this round here, FURIA. They have something up their sleeves indeed, and we'll have to see exactly how it pans out.
I knew that we weren't going to get Nuke in this series, but I think that is a great example on the T side of just how aggressive and merciless FURIA can be on their T side. How scary every round can be. They'll always be threatening to go for a fast push. Oh, and it's really hard to hold your utility against FURIA.
James, they're going to try to flash through this, I think. They're going to try to push up this banana, but there's a deep control with nafany right there. They don't necessarily know if it's a force buy here. Gambit, so this could be a surprise of re-smoke. And they're readying up the flash, but he's going to pull off of the flash there.
You can see Gambit, they're playing very, very careful with respect to top mid, for example. They're trying to avoid getting overrun by pistols, having rifles picked up. They're playing as much range as they can. Obviously, banana is very, very important, just to threaten going to either side. So you can see that FURIA want to take it away. Gambit going to stand and fight, but with Shiro in the library, everybody playing range on that A-bomb site. Help will not be on the way quickly.
There it is, the flashes, but nafany, he's got, whoa! KSCERATO, how has he won that one? That's a huge opening there for FURIA. They've burned a lot of the clock waiting those smokes out, but they have plenty of time to get themselves into that B site. But it is fortified still. We've got Hobbit up there with an MP9. FURIA, 30 seconds left, looking for the split. This is going to be a tough one, but they still have options going into this B site.
30 seconds on the clock, and there's a, hold on a second, we've got a 2-man flank, and interz has got no idea, outmaneuvered by FURIA, and now we've got huge problems for Gambit. They do, however, have 2 players on the bomb site, and time is on their side. There are dangerous weapons in the hands of FURIA as well, but they need to close this distance. These MP9s need to get a little closer. You can see Shiro trying to play max distance, gets his bell rung now. KSCERATO's in the red as well, bomb plant pressure. They need to die before the clock runs out at the very least. 4 seconds, have they got time? It's got to be too late, surely! Oh, Axel had no idea. He could have just stopped there and 2 players would die after the clock. It will go the way of Gambit, but only 1 player survives.
Oh, that is quite difficult. I think we had someone dying after time there, possibly. I think, yeah, Yuri died after time, so not going to have any money at all, really. So they're actually, I think they might be looking to force up again. FURIA, unrelenting aggression. We're going to have 2 AK-47s coming through from them. They're keeping Gambit's economy quite limited. But Gambit, they have the 3 MP9s, and we have 3 players without helmets. So those MP9s are going to be extremely potent in this round. FURIA, they're actually starting off with the slow pace yet again. So the opening of this round looks very similar to the previous one.
I think if FURIA plant the bomb in that round as well, I wouldn't be surprised if they had gone for the force buy. Only 1 player surviving means opportunity knocks for FURIA. However, Gambit have got a pretty reasonable buy. They're pretty good with grenades, trying to hold on to these smokes for as long as they can. I mean, at 20 is going to be a very long time to try and hold versus FURIA.
They're trying to get them to go to A, James. They've re-smoked banana, and they have a 4-player setup on this A side. They're playing retake for B, but they are making FURIA go to top mid. That's exactly what they want. Gambit are so set up for this.
But Tech9 as well. Deagles on this occasion can be a problem. Shiro blind, lucky to escape actually. They have to consider hunting him very, very quickly indeed. But nafany's here for the angles. That really compromises how FURIA can push in this long position now. VINI thinking about it, and Shiro just creeping. He's got half health, or less than that. Doesn't want to give up the rifle, so he's got to fall back. But again, 2 players on the site. Crossfire with the pit player, Exile. 41 seconds, but look at the position FURIA have. They're just chilling, just edging forward. Down he goes, and now we've got real problems for Gambit.
Yeah, 2 nice openings. nafany still at the back of the site, though, with the MP9 will go down as well. 30 seconds is plenty of time to get that site locked down. There we have the plant, the after plant positions looking good, and Gambit, they want nothing to do with this one. And that is so interesting right now. This is so tense. Gambit is playing very passive because they know of FURIA's tendencies to play very aggressively. So they're just trying to shut down that banana position and then just wait passively for the response. And FURIA, so methodical. Even though they go into the stack, because they're so methodical in their approach, they make this look very good despite not having much in the way of Abay. So FURIA looking very impressive here.
Very impressive, considering they had 2 players playing that long position. But again, with the exchange, they had the skirmish. Cerato had to fall back to try and avoid the rifle getting into their hands. FURIA able to surround the bomb site and look like they're in a much better position, even with 3 players remaining on that A area. So that looked very troublesome for Gambit indeed. A slow creeping death at the hands of FURIA, who win their force buy now. And they've got a big opportunity ahead of them. Of course, the loss bonus will be in the bin for Gambit. They will force buy up. Got a French gun for Exile. Shiro still with the silenced M4. MP9 for Hobbit and some 5.7s for interz and nafany. But the utility is slightly lower. They have prioritized these smoke grenades, of course, the first one of which goes through. But FURIA are going to charge straight through. Have they got the numbers to trade, though? That is the question. Hobbit trying to hold things down here. And I think they may have survived that first test.
Yeah, 3 players here. Is it a case, though, that FURIA are willing to give up on this? There'll be the boost over the half-wall, and KSCERATO is going to spot that they're falling back of top mid. And that's interesting. That allows FURIA to take this position away. Will Gambit think about trying to retake this? It doesn't really look like they have the ability to do so. FURIA, top banana control, but the bomb is still in spawn at the moment, James. So we can see that that means that FURIA will have to slow things down. Got that map control. And really, at this point, Gambit, they've got 5 players left alive, so they're probably not going to make any info plays. They're likely just going to gamble, stack here on this B site, leave the 2 players in that A site, and just wait to see how FURIA handles this situation.
FURIA have got 3 Molotovs for an execute. Now, they could use 1 or 2 to try and squeeze some more grenades out of Gambit. But if they go for a full execute with 3 Molotovs, I'd expect 1 new box, which is already being lined up, maybe 1 towards the dark spot as well. And if they have smokes for... Well, there's the only smoke they have, actually, but it's going to be hard for the CTs to hold on the site if these mollies go in the right places. There is a counter molly, which may slow things down, but there's flashes here as well. 1 more to go. Deployed now as the push comes through. Drop with 10 HP, won't last very long. Strike to wrap, and so far so good. nafany and Hobbit coming through. But now things start to change. They get wiped out of the site. A fast plant with 18 seconds left, which is going to be really handy for them as well.
Yeah, that's a great opening again. Yuri going into the stack. It doesn't matter if Yuri takes down nafany, leaving 2 players left here for Gambit on the retake. They have very little to work with. I believe a 5-7 on interz, and Axel working the FAMAS. There's a 2 versus 2 though, but FURIA will be better able to hold these positions together on the site. No utility to split them up. As Gambit start to press forwards, they start to try to get the info. Where are both of these players? Both at the back corner. They know now, but it's too late. interz, 1 versus 2, 5-7 in hand. Does not like the look of that one. Will have to fall back. And FURIA, they're going into the stack, James. Both rounds, arguably lesser equipped, and they're still coming out on top. That's an amazing sign if you're FURIA.
Yeah, they kept enough to execute, but I think the bigger story is that they have come prepared for this major. I've seen their pick'ems, and as far as they're concerned, of course, FURIA are going all the way. And as one of the big underdogs in this bracket, I think it's going to be very exciting to see if they can get further, especially against a team with the prowess of Gambit, but they've made it very, very hard for Gambit. Look how dry this eco is. Absolutely parched on the Gambit side. And this CT side, so far, again, we're only 5 rounds in. We've seen 4 rounds so far, but it's looking very, very difficult indeed for Gambit, as it doesn't look like FURIA have left anything to chance with how they've approached these rounds, how they've outpositioned them, how they've used their utility, they've held on to it. Again, taking banana early, even though it cost them a man, they had the ability to execute and make it very hard to survive on the sites.
Yeah, we have just Gambit playing the USP stack on the A site, and one of the interesting things to note here about what FURIA are doing is in every round so far on their T side, they have played the entire clock out. They are playing extremely passive, which forces Gambit in the buy rounds to want to hold on to their utility, because they don't want to burn it early on because it means less early on in the round. That's going to mean Gambit will be susceptible to a burst play later on in the round for FURIA, so we'll have to keep our eyes out for that one from them.
A pilgrimage from Gambit, professing their innocence, but there's no one in the booth to listen to that. Nothing but punishments coming their way from FURIA. Got to be careful though not to give a rifle away, of course. Not the most amazing loss bonus with these rifles, and Vinny will get dropped actually. And there's nobody got. Oh no! Okay, they need to stop Gambit from getting these rifles.
I respect it from Art though, James. He's pulling out the knife. He's just going for it. Just brazen stuff.
And he needs to. He needs to be the man to do that. Again, FURIA, before Art joined the team, played a more traditional level of Counter-Strike. But Art's like, no, W key is how we play this. Forward is the only way. Aggression at all times. They take the lead now in this first map of this best-of-3 series. And I think if you are watching from GoTV at home, then Art would be a good person to watch because that man likes to lead by example. You can see the AWP coming out for the T side. Well, we can see you soon will. But there will be an AWP for Shiro as well.
And I love the energy right now that we're seeing in the Brazilian corner. Fantastic stuff. 3-2 now as FURIA take the lead. AWP's coming out to play for both sides. And you can see that Gambit, as expected, not going too aggressive on Banana, actually playing a stack towards A, rotating across Hobbit for that 4-man defense. And here comes a slight push into the top mid area. We've got FURIA testing here, but not everybody in this one. Oh, this is looking dangerous. Unable to find anything with the AWP. And they've lost Yuri already towards that top mid area. They have to abandon it. And Gambit realize this. They're rotating back towards the B site.
Crowd rising for the players on the server. I want to hear some dueling chants because there is a lot of support for Gambit here as well. See the intentions of FURIA now, as there is still a lot of time on the clock here. 45 seconds is a long time. Now, is that an execute or is that an invitation to throw some counter utility? Well, it looks like it will be an execute into the site now. Hobbit still in an elevated position, drop, fly into the air. Not making a connection though. They were lining up for Hobbit, but the wall got in the way eventually. So they've taken position on the site, which means Art will soon have post-plant positions with the AWP, and Vinny will hold down the ruins as well. 3-on-3 as Gambit have to consider losing it all, but Axel's come in from the back, and now Vinny is alone, trying to clutch it from the coffins, trying to isolate the fight. There's the first one for Vinny. Do you want to push him now? Vinny trying to do what he can, but it will be a round in the bag for Gambit.
That looks very scary indeed, and okay, that was the first time FURIA going into a site now against the stack, not quite working out for them, but they did do a lot of great damage. They managed to take down 3 players. So the pressure is still on Gambit's economy. It's still quite fragile at this stage, and we'll see FURIA having to spend everything here. So this round will be worth 2 for whoever wins it. So we'll see what FURIA bust out. Again, they've kept the pace pretty slow so far throughout every single T round that they've had, opting to just wait everything out. And we can see the Gambit's response again. They don't burn too much at the beginning of rounds because of this. So again, this is something we might see FURIA exploit later on. We know how much they love being aggressive on the server.
There is the Brazilian contingent at the front. They are bringing plenty of fight. Even before we went live, those guys were going absolutely crazy. And they're in for a long ride versus Gambit. We had a timeout from FURIA, which has come and gone now. And they'll be back into the game. Now, they didn't have the money for necessarily everything they wanted. 5 AKs on deck for FURIA, and maybe that will be an intention to a faster round, perhaps, as they will be more nimble with all the players. First comes the take of Banana, as per usual. And, of course, Gambit have got to mix up how they're doing things as well. You don't want to be telegraphing your intentions here, so it won't be going for a full fight on Banana early. But what does that mean for FURIA? They've got some pre-fire. As we can see, there is some action to be had here. Shiro will say hello, but everyone's alive for now. So FURIA are ready for these tricks, it looks like. And now we see the aggression towards Banana, so there's no response on the other side of the map.
Yeah, I love that initial apartments play there from Gambit, really unpredictable. I think Shiro is kicking himself not being able to make that pick, but in the meantime, FURIA now making their way up Banana and Hobbit. He's going to be on the receiving end of this. He's actually already spent some bullets. Yuri takes him down straight through the smoke, and they're going to charge into the site. There's only one player here. Nafany. Shiro has the cross. Nice shot. Able to take down Drop. But Nafany in the backside, unable to stay alive as well here. So FURIA are taking the losses, but they've got site control. Shiro, gap in the smoke there, perhaps for him to work with, but not opening himself up to those avenues either to be taken down. It's 3 versus 3. They're not going to slow down. Oh, the spray comes through from KSCERATO! And that's going to leave Shiro in spawn. And I don't know if he can do anything now in this position.
FURIA do need to be careful, though. You don't want to start hunting too early, because if you give him a 1 versus 2, he might just go for it. FURIA looking to take the lead once again. Shiro just holding for now, hiding in plain sight, if you will. We'll see if the jiggle comes through from KSCERATO, but very nicely done, avoiding the flashbang, controlling the B bomb site. Again, they are taking position on the bomb site. FURIA successfully finding these post-blunt spots. Warning shot from Shiro, and FURIA, again, they don't have too much money themselves, so they will try to balance things out and start to build their own coffers as well. A 4th round in the bag for FURIA, 4-3 on the first map of this series, Inferno.
Tentative stuff to begin with.
Please don't be a... There we go, nice. You don't know, people from the internet, that last picture could be absolutely anything, but at least it was text.
Well, we have an interesting situation here, James. FURIA finally really breaking the economy of Gambit after long, arduous rounds. It's a great pop through on Banana, resetting after that initial foray towards the A site, towards top mid in the apartments. And so far, so good, I think, for FURIA. They're looking really, again, everything that they're doing looks very disciplined and very consistent. So that, you know, definitely spells great things for their future in these coming rounds. However, Shiro with the AWP, he could definitely cause some problems here. He, last round, went for the apartments pick. I wonder where he'll go this time. You can check out his spawn. He's looking like he's moving towards the B site. So Shiro, AWP on Banana. That's the danger point for FURIA.
Yeah, it's interesting how, excuse me, how he will approach Banana if he heads there, which it looks like he is, because there's next to no utility for Gambit. So if there are Molotovs and so on, he may be compromised. There is a smoke on nafany, but that is the only thing. Now, there's a few rounds I like more than a hero AWP, mainly on the CT side, because especially on a map such as Inferno, it's so fun to watch. Because you've got to take some risk, you've got to try and force the issue, peek into an angle. So nafany's got a flashbang, which could potentially help Shiro, but that is about it. And again, when you've landed a shot, or fired a shot at least, another question is, do you rotate to the other side of the site? Well, there's the first kill. So a question, does he go towards A? It wasn't what I meant to say. That's pretty much what you expect, but do you play against that expectation? nafany may try to pick up a rifle. He does have a smoke grenade. Exile forced away, but no one's there to see it. A minute on the clock for FURIA to dodge the rest of these AWP positions, but they don't know where Shiro is now.
We have VINI going back to get the bomb at the moment, so we can expect FURIA to start thinking about where they want to finish. Oh, it's very deep there on the Porsche position, trying to get that information, and this will determine where they take the bomb. Oh, it takes down one, but there's more players there. Is this going to be a false sense of security? He's going to spot the next one. Oh, it's a labored spray. He's given up the AK. He's given up the kill. Yuri's there to protect it, though. 3 versus 4 in favor of Gambit as they actually decide to take the bomb towards this A side. 30 seconds to go, and Shiro's ready to cut this off. This is going to be a disaster hit for FURIA. Oh, the flash is perfect.
Absolutely. I thought he was going to go deeper to the off angle. Sees one in boiler. That's not the bomb carrier, but they must realize what's going on. 23 seconds. Interz ringing the bell from close range, and this is going to go disastrously for FURIA now. Drop alone. 1v3. 15 seconds. 2 players. One ahead of the smoke, one behind. Spots Shiro on a reload, and he's got time to plant the bomb. nafany's in library. He's got to go faster. He has to do it now. nafany peaks and close, but Gambit tied a score. Started with an AWP. Finished with the round.
Oh, that is heartbreaking there. That was such a clenched moment there where he's like just casually running through the site reloading, and there's another player right in front of him. 4-4. Gambit, oh man, what a great round for them to pick up there. They need to win another one here to really cement it, and you better believe that FURIA are not going to allow that to happen easily. They forced it up again. There's been so many force buys from them. I love it.
Yeah, the full buy has been rare so far. Oh my god, Art got absolutely deleted very quickly indeed. And Axile's going to go and maybe try and give them a taste of their own medicine, but FURIA are ready for that, ready for the challenge. Tech-9s are dangerous, and there are 2 on the server right now in the hands of FURIA, and maybe a rifle to collect later on, as Gambit may abandon top mid later, but for now, Shiro's still creeping on shorts.
I love just the audacity of the mid push. I think you're doing that when you expect a full eco, so nasty surprise for Axile, but I think it's come out pretty well for them. You can see that FURIA now looking towards that A site with the bomb. And Gambit not looking for any additional information. They've got Shiro there ready to spot the top mid take. They've got some eyes passively on top banana as well. So Gambit, they continue to play things passively against Furia, and you can't blame them, given how dangerous Furia are. And once again, Furia really killing the time on the clock, and Gambit actually deciding to rotate. I believe they heard sound cues there towards alt mid. Oh, actually, nafany's going back.
Well, there comes a pop flash, absolutely blind. Shiro in shotgun distance, spots the bomb though. That's an awkward position now for FURIA. Shiro with 2, dancing around double stack, and how on earth can they get this one? KSCERATO 1 versus 4 to Tech 9, and doesn't really have position. Gambit, maybe, finally, they can stabilize in this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I was praising FURIA and how methodical their approach was, how it looked really consistent, but I mean, you can definitely say the same for Gambit here and how they've been working their CT side so far. You know, they've been taking a pretty passive and consistent approach, also not trying to open themselves up too much in the early round with those aggressions, except the push down mid from Axel. But I think he was expecting like full Glocks, not what he found. But indeed, 5-4 in favor of Gambit. Now as we move into I think maybe the first full save round we have seen so far in round 10 here from FURIA.
Well, the numbers game is going to be apparent on Banana, but Gambit are able to fall back with 1 kill and plenty of information. Don't know if there's any more grenades or anything. Well, there'll be a nice spread of bullets for Gambit. The support is here. Very nice indeed. And indeed, it does look like we have a stable Gambit now, as they've got a full buy in the hole. So FURIA are going to have some extra work to do if they are to put Gambit on the back foot once again. 2 rounds behind now on this T side of Inferno. There will be a tactical timeout from FURIA as they decide their way forward.
Yeah, this is a really interesting point in the match as well. You know, we're not super deep just yet, but Gambit taking the lead, stabilizing on their economy. They have the AWP. This would be a moment where Shiro would feel very confident, I would say, to put an aggression against FURIA. Try to find a way to get an early disruption, an early pick somewhere. You know, previously we saw a 3-man setup in the apartments, where Shiro was set up to deal with the players taking control as part of the default going into halls. It didn't work out for him that time, but I think it's just a matter of time, honestly, until Shiro gets some love with those forward plays.
Back into the game we go. It is live now, and we can see the rifles are out for FURIA, the MAC-10 for Arts. So I imagine Art will be the man to run through with a pop flash and create some space for his team to make mincemeat out of Gambit. Gambit will have Exile and Interz making their way towards Long again. So another 2-man setup on Long, although Exile is rotating elsewhere. So we'll see how much of a priority top mid is. But for now, nafany blind on Banana. A 5 versus 4. And again, look at the utility for FURIA. They've got so much with which to execute on a site. But hold on, are they going to actually push this? Because there's nobody to pick up the bomb just now. But they are really committing to this. So this is going to be very interesting indeed. KSCERATO now hopping up. Hobbit trying to stay alive. But KSCERATO's on top. He could fall to the flames here. He's got to be real careful. Bomb has been collected. But Gambit are on the site now. We can see that Yuri is on the A-bomb site, seeing if it's safe. And I would expect a rotation now. They must realize that most of Gambit are on this B-bomb site, but the bomb's still heading towards B. Don't want it to get caught off in the rotation just in case. Hold on a second, Interz pushing that smoke now, leaving Shiro alone in a 1 versus 3. That bomb is heading elsewhere, but it won't be necessary. FURIA taking both bomb sites because FURIA, and taking the round as well.
Absolutely. It's so funny because you know that they also have this, and we saw this in the playoffs, not in the playoffs, sorry, already in the tournament, in this major, that we had that situation, that crazy scenario where FURIA, you know, they tap the bomb in the B site, then run all the way back to the A site. They are the team that does stuff like that. So I think it must be so hard to read if you're Gambit. Like, what do these pieces of information actually mean? Because as you say, they took the opportunity. They got the opening picks. Yeah, they're going to take the site. It doesn't matter if they have the bomb or not. They know how to communicate, to play off of a scenario like that. So 5-6, they've now put Gambit into a position where they spent all their money. And you know, similarly, again, this round is worth 2 for these teams. FURIA getting a lot of value off of their banana take in that previous round. And we've got AWP on Shiro again, as well as Art. So I think we can expect I would expect to see something from Shiro here. And he is going to be moving towards the... Maybe we'll get a hole set up again from him, actually. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get that hole set up again. We'll see if it's more successful this time.
Yeah, and we'll see what the approach is from FURIA as well. Exile is not going to last very long in the apartments whatsoever. Another 5 versus 4 for FURIA. And again, that play out of the balcony in the previous round is strong for FURIA for the rounds to come, because do you full rotate to a site? Do you leave a person there? Much like Versus Pro are able to pull you to a bomb site and leave the other one completely abandoned and rotate in for free, even on Vertigo. FURIA, you might argue, can do it just as well or even better.
Yeah, it's a scary one, but Hobbit's actually with the incentive. He's done a lot of damage. He's taken a player down and managed to do a lot of damage to drop. FURIA will take top mid. They've made a lot of noise there, but again, Gambit have only 4 players, and they know that FURIA is a team that might represent pressure in one area and then but go the other place entirely, and Shiro is going to take down VINI. That looks like an A play, but the bomb's going back. They forced a rotation towards A from the CTs. There's a window here into the B site, a window where FURIA have created a 3 versus 1. We have nafany creeping back through CT. Can FURIA get to Hobbit in time before he gets assistance? They're going to isolate him with the smoke. Hobbit, though, at the back of the site. He's got to hold this down by himself. Is he going to be able to do this? There's going to be the first challenge for Hobbit. It's a double peek, and Yuri takes him out.
Great wide swing from Yuri, but he gets the kill as well, so even better for him. We can see that Banana is in the hands of Shiro. Don't expect FURIA will try to venture there, especially with the CT smoke gone. 3 on 3. They're on the bomb site already, though. Looking away from a flashbang, Yuri will fall. Shiro with 2 arts remaining now, and it's 1 versus 3. Interz, the man with the kit. Got to keep an eye on where he falls. Close to the bomb already, however. And there's a double peek to jump up on Coffins. Nice retake from Gambit as they move to 7 on their CT side.
Oh my God, Shiro just executing 3 players makes it look so pedestrian. Just I think that's like the most nonchalant AWP 3K I've seen in recent memory. 7-5 after that amazing series of shots from Shiro. He's 13-4-5 at the moment, so really doing a great job doing his job for the team. Shiro has incredible stats actually at this major so far, and FURIA not going to give things up without a fight. AWP on R, everybody else, I mean, we have pistols. This round could be interesting here from FURIA. How do they decide to handle it? Oh, Art, oh, he's absolutely destroyed nafany. He goes for more, of course he does, but that's going to backfire. But KSCERATO could collect that AWP, and indeed, he will. The bomb is still so far away, Chase. How do they quickly capitalize if they manage to make these kills? This is very, very FURIA stuff, I have to say.
So much time for them. So little information for Gambit. They are playing retake on the B bomb site, trying to stay close together, trying to help each other as best they can. But that is with basically no position outside of the bomb sites itself. And I say that plural, but only A has people on it right now. Although Shiro is closer now. He's posted up on Banana. Well, on the B bomb site, rather. 55 seconds, so much time to be denied information, but Exile might have the right angle. KSCERATO's head will be very squishy in round 13. Man advantage now for Gambit. AWP quickly collected though. There's the Hall's pop flash. They don't hear any response, they don't hear any repositioning. But you still have to be really worried if you're Gambit. Down goes Hobbit. They know one's in the pit as well. 3 on 3, 30 seconds on the clock. VINI flying through. Exile has a crossfire, but won't need it. That leaves Yuri to consider his options. He'll push forward, drop the AWP, and an 8th round to Gambit.
Gambit are doing a really good job. They're playing this style where they will just sit in position, and I think that's a very resilient approach against a team.
Whoa, no nipples on Twitch, no nipples on Twitch, no nipples on Twitch! Stop! Can't take these Danes anywhere.
Oh my goodness. Well. All right, straight into the next one, and it looks like we're going to be in a situation here whereby we've got that AWP continuing on Shiro. We've got the MAC-10 on Art, everybody else buying up the AKs, and they're going fast with that banana control. Art's looking to try, oh my goodness, he's just the drive-by. It's dangerous here, Shiro stays alive. It's taken, oh man, they actually managed to get nafany through there, and that's going to be a huge win. Art still wants to pressure into CT spawn. He's gone down though. 4 versus 4, a minute and 20 seconds to play with, and now FURIA cool off, but they've managed to sneak VINI up deep on top mid as well. They've got forward presence, and again, Gambit have to decide, what does this all mean?
Yeah, Shiro, no idea where to go. But even so, Gambit have won 5 of the last 6 rounds. So while it looks difficult, FURIA need to get back to converting once again, going deep. But he knows Exile is on the A bomb site. So worst case scenario, they've got a 3 versus 2 on the B bomb site, and that just might be enough for them as they start to push through. Hobbit looking at the off angle, not sure if he's been spotted just yet, but he's got to warn his teammates that there are big problems on this B bomb site. Can't find a connection onto drop, however, and Shiro has an angle for now. I don't see a smoke for FURIA. And it looks like he's going to go for the save.
Yeah, definitely. Man, FURIA is so difficult to deal with. Just the aggression, the levels of aggression are incredible there. Just trying to just get himself through to spawn. You can see the benefit of their playstyle. You know, Art in the previous rounds, getting the AWP, his teammates sort of half buying around it, gives them all this firepower. That's a super winnable round. Then you go into the next round, he's got a Mac 10, everyone else has AKs because he spent so much. But they know how to use that strategically to have a very strong round. And again, we talked about running those faster paces. It gives you now in the later portions of this first half, because FURIA was so slow to begin with, now they're able to get up Banana for free in a lot of these cases because Gambit's just not wanting to part with their utility early on. So that makes those Mac 10 plays even better from Art. And with that round, when that's a 6-8 scoreline, it's looking pretty even going into the last round of the first half here in this best of 3.
Yeah, early on I was concerned for Gambit CT side, but it's looking pretty reasonable at the moment. Yeah. As we move into the last round of the first half, 1 AWP will be in the hands of Shiro. We'll see what he can do with it. He's got flashes coming his way immediately, but still try for make a connection. Nothing doing on this occasion. Well, the AWP is towards the A-bomb site, and Shiro some parkour into the apartments, and it's their turn to get a 5-on-4. See Gambit stopping any response to that with a Molotov top Banana straight away.
Oh, Axel's just going, it's a 5 versus 4 in favor of Gambit, but Axel's going for the information here. He might get an angle on one of these players. Shiro takes down VINI at top mid, and this goes back away straight into Axel, but he doesn't connect the bullets. And now they know that there's a push in apartments. They know that Gambit have every piece of info. FURIA, it's the last round. They have to find a way to win this. There's no saving in a round like this. How do they do it? They have a minute to figure it out. Drops lining up a Molotov, but they are being contained on Banana right now.
Yeah, Gambit 3 men up, have Exile standing in mid, so that means a 3 versus 2 on this B bomb site. Flashes coming through, and it's made even worse. Yuri alone now versus 5. Exile and Shiro creeping forward. Very uncomfortable final round for FURIA. 9 rounds on the CT side for Gambit. I would say that's fantastic for them.
Yeah, they were so stable against FURIA, and the way that FURIA approached the T side, I feel like both teams, it never felt like either team was really out of it. Both teams looking very dangerous at the end of this first half. Great start for this best of 3. I'm loving what we're seeing so far. But now things change quite dramatically because we're going to get FURIA on that CT side, and I feel like they're going to give us a few more looks that we saw out of Gambit in terms of how aggressively they want to go for map control. Also, a very good sign, James. I must say that for Gambit, Shiro is absolutely delivering so far.
Of course, and you would expect that on the CT side, the luxury of the CT angles. AWP, a lot more difficult on the T side. Post-plant, it is very, very dangerous indeed and can convert rounds for you when you are up against the numbers. So we'll see if he can get that far and what he can do before that bomb is planted. Have to rely on the riflers to make space unless we can see something exceptional from Shiro. But first comes a pistol. CZ up close for Art. Got VINI for a double peek, but nafany at point-blank range with the Glock will start the proceedings. Quickly dispatched by VINI as we move to a 4-on-4.
Hobbit's looking for something here, and there goes the jump out of the balcony. Yuri's lying in wait. Cerato will take down Hobbit. Oh, straight to the face from Axel. Still keeping the effort alive, but not for too much longer. Leaving Shiro in the 1 versus 3. Very, very difficult indeed, especially considering he has 10 points of health. Basically, he's very, very low. And he's now extremely dead, thanks to VINI. FURIA pick up the pistol, and you know what, James? In terms of if there was to be a script for this game so far, I'm loving that because we've had Gambit picking up the pistol in the first half, FURIA now equalizing going to the second, and we should expect probably the 9-9. That's how it's supposed to go. So far, it's looking neck and neck between FURIA and Gambit on Inferno. Is that a Bison I see?
Arts currently has 3 kills, which I expect will change very quickly on the CT side, of course. If you've got a certain role, we saw him with the MAC-10, with the difficult jobs on the first half, so again, doesn't tell the whole story. Got to swing wide and make space for your teammates, and sometimes that includes dying, but as long as they clean up and take that space, we saw what they could do when they could take the B bomb site, for example. I won't expect him to be an average show in this CT half KSCERATO, so we'll see what they can do. But first, they've got to contest with 5 Tech 9s. I'm telling you, it is the rise of the Tech 9 in this post-Deagle nerf world. 5 Tech 9s is very, very scary indeed. And I spoke about Art stats, but he's got a Bison versus 5 Tech 9, so I'm not really sure if he improves it on this round.
Yeah, very dangerous round indeed for Gambit.
He can't have meant to buy that on purpose, surely.
They're looking to go for that top mid play, going really fast up to the arch side. You can see the FURIA giving the space up. Not challenging Gambit just yet. VINI is going to be so careful going towards the quad angle, the short angle. It's looking pretty good right now. FURIA putting a stop to this push, but nafany creeping towards Library. Can he find anything? They've been completely denied off the force buy. FURIA will be extremely pleased with that.
I wanted to see that Bison in action. The quarterfinals of a major, and there's a Bison.
I know. They love it.
What is going on? I don't even know what button it is to buy that. What, 3-5?
No idea. Don't ask me. I'm not interested in shooting potatoes at people.
Bison. Oh, he's got a spawn. He's got a Bison and the spawn. What could he possibly do with this? If someone can make it work, it's probably going to be Art, let's be honest. And I'm sure he's going to try and do something outrageous and completely disrespectful. The Bison's down mid!
Oh, he's going straight.
Come on! I needed something from that. Anything.
That is just lunacy that Art's going for that. It's so insane. I can't believe it. You've got to love the personality from Art there, trying to deliver for the fans, make this one entertaining. And I mean, it's going to, I don't know if his teammates are a fan of that play because it's a 5 versus 4 now in favor of Gambit. Yeah, sure, they don't have armor or any util, but now FURIA, okay.
Hobbit.
Ask me sitting on the, watching his teammates right now, feeling probably pretty bad for himself.
Shiro's got the Bison. Shiro has got the Bison. The Bison is in play. FURIA, though, have 3 players remaining. They have range. That's about all they have going for them at the moment. They've got some utility. But one of these sites is going to have 5 players heading their way. That's a lot of trade fragging opportunity for Gambit. Cannot say the same for FURIA. However, nafany and Exile are very low. Do you send... Okay, so the low health player is going in first. But what's behind him? More low health now. Yuri's got a Tech 9. The bullets are coming out, but Shiro's got a Bison. What can he do with it? He's taken position at least. That Bison, who knows, 25 seconds. KSCERATO in the pit, spots Shiro go past. He hasn't got the angle to stop this plant. Post-plant Bison is in play.
Hobbit's picked up an M4, and he's the only player left alive. 1 versus 3 here for Hobbit. He's so far away from the bomb at the moment. And he might even try to hold on to this one and just try to maximize the kill potential, which is looking quite good. He might get a double here. They surely won't expect this angle. They surely won't. Hobbit, he's on to win this one now. He's going to try to deny the defuse here. KSCERATO is going to see the smoke. Does he go for the stick? Hobbit has to go around the corner, and it's KSCERATO to lock it in. You can see Hobbit felt like he had that one. And honestly, James, that was way too much damage. If you're FURIA and you're not happy with the fact that they've just almost wiped out your entire team, and then they get the bomb plant as well. The pressure is not going to be let off anytime soon from Gambit. Yeah, and we saw something similar from FURIA on their T side when Gambit had 1 player surviving. And again, when there's a Bison in Art's hands, that is full commit no matter what the situation is. And it proved to be very expensive in the end. Very deceptive on that buy menu, the Bison. But hold on a second, FURIA have got not 1 but 2 sniper rifles in round number 19, and that could be a nasty surprise. Yuri has few places to stand. Has he been seen pushing though? I do wonder. I think he has been. He's got to stand and fight with 4 HP. He won't last very long. But that might just encourage even more aggression from FURIA. We know what they like to do. They have 3 smokes remaining with 1:30 on the clock, and Gambit not shy for a slow round themselves, so we'll see if they can hold on to those. Yeah, I love what Gambit are doing there. They've got Hobbit waiting outside the halls, just trying to the apartments, trying to make sure that if there's an info play from FURIA, he can catch it, they can punish it. Meanwhile, the rest of his teammates taking control towards Banana. So FURIA absolutely in a horrendous position here. Cannot save them. Will he get the opportunity to? He's going to try to slow things down here. There's the flash for the re-peek. Can he find anything off of this? They are definitely going to be challenging this angle. Can Art deliver for the team? This is such an important moment to get a kill out of this one. Trying to anticipate the jump, trying to find the frag. Oh no, he's shot between two players, and in goes Gambit to that B site.
You see that smoke was trying to suggest that two players were on Banana, but by the time he got taken out, didn't slow them down too much. They will focus on the site now, but they have taken position, which means that FURIA are going to try and hold on to what they have. Anything more would be throwing good money after bad, and it will be Gambit taking this 10th round. A very difficult beginning to this round for FURIA. Losing a player, pushing in the apartments. 9 HP before he could even peek Yuri. Of the 2 AWPs, only one exists at the moment, and Gambit are maybe on the hunt for a little more. But again, just a small detail there with that Molotov by the sandbags, a very fast smoke grenade. So hey, if Art gets a kill there on Banana, Gambit don't know if anybody's around or behind that smoke or not, which makes it even harder. Didn't go that way on this occasion, and Gambit will move to 10.
Yeah, that kill from Art is absolutely everything for sure. And it's tough sometimes to connect those ones. And Gambit, 10 rounds now against the 9 of FURIA. And they're looking pretty good. Right now we're seeing some of that aggression from FURIA early on, but it does seem like Gambit are quite ready to deal with that. Throughout this entire matchup so far, you can see how aware and stable Gambit are when it comes to these moments of just keeping the round in check, making sure that they're able to set up traps as necessary, making sure that they're always able to counter what FURIA are doing. Oh, this is a huge round. 2 AWPs coming out from FURIA. They are really, really mixing it up here. How is this one going to work out? We've got KSCERATO looking to go aggressive there, denied because of the util. Look how much fire is on Banana right now. Massive battle of utility. 3 players here for FURIA to try to hold on to this one. And surely we'll get that reset into a top mid take from Gambit because they've given up position here towards Banana.
Yeah, second round with double orbs for FURIA. Didn't really get off to the start they were looking for with that early 4 versus 5 previously, but they are not in a similar situation on this occasion. You can see they will take half of Banana for now, and Gambit will look to head towards the safe bomb site. Hobbit creeping in the apartments already. Very decorated Hobbit. Strong addition to this team, and Yuri's hungry for something, but of course FURIA, they're not going to chill for too while. They've barely got any chill. Hobbit will be delivered in the hands of FURIA in those apartments, and now KSCERATO's waiting for the swing, misses the jiggle, but Vinny's here to clean up. Seen a bomb, rang the bell of nafany as well. This has gone from good to great for FURIA, but they've got to find more. We can see Axel creeping through that smoke, and you've got to wonder about the scope. Finds out before it goes the other way around. Vinny's on fire, in the flames, not sure where to go. And how has it turned around into a 3-on-2 for Gambit? They've got KSCERATO creeping on the site. Down he goes, leaving drop in a 1 versus 3. This round has collapsed for FURIA.
Yeah, the double AWP pickup as well. It's an expensive one to lose and drop. Is he able to salvage one of them in Arch here? We can see this was Art's AWP. He's going to be able to steal that one away. But yeah, they'll be absolutely gutted because they had so much going for them there, FURIA. In the round, it did look like it was a complete shutdown. And Gambit seemed honestly stuck around Arch. Huge pickups by them. And again, FURIA, they need a little bit more here. They're just a little bit more.
Gambit have Overpass as the second pick of this series, which is a map that FURIA have beaten Gambit on before at the Blast Premier Spring Showdown, 16-14. But they won't want to give up Inferno, and it's looking difficult for them. It was looking difficult early on for Gambit on their CT side. The same can be said for FURIA, perhaps even worse. Again, if you're joining us late, both teams have split pistols. They've both won their CT pistol. 11-9 now to score. Hero AWP in the hands of KSCERATO. We've had 2 rounds of double orbs for FURIA, and they haven't really hit the mark, haven't really given them the chances they were looking for.
Uh-oh. I'm so afraid for KSCERATO here, James. Chiros. Again, this has been the theme for me. Gambit just seem ready. They're ready for the kinds of plays that FURIA make. Oh, KSCERATO trying to get a little hop over the smoke. He's been spotted going for the play. Again, Gambit ready for everything right now. It's going to take some really crazy shots. There's the pop flash. Drop, can he connect? No! interz takes him down. Axel's going to push forwards, looking for the entry. He will get it, and that's a very open B site. The smoke goes through, and that means that KSCERATO has no way to do any further damage in this round against Gambit. And once more, the AWP will be carried through to the next round unless Gambit go hunting. And they definitely, I'm sure, are thinking about it because they've got enough money to take some losses here. They are already spreading out to find that orb.
The chain flashes, I mean, it was only a USP, but the chain flashes on that B-bomb site were really impressive by Gambit. And again, with more full buys coming through for FURIA, those chain flashes are going to be a real problem in the rounds to come for them to try and hold down these bomb sites. But again, maybe FURIA will take the fight as they like to before that happens. And it will show that it's going to be so important to hold down that banana area for FURIA to stop that from happening. DNA all over the fountain. Someone get the chlorine.
And there it is, 12 rounds now on the board for Gambit against the 9 for FURIA. So FURIA, after that opening pistol, they've not really found the success. Going into the proper gun rounds, Gambit, it's just a story of their successes. AWPs for Shiro and also for KSCERATO in the camp of FURIA are once again picking up that MP9, and I'm honestly looking forward to seeing the kinds of shenanigans we're going to get from Art as he moves towards Banana.
Yeah, he's taking one for the team with the weaponry on both sides. And again, Banana will be important. See how much more utility is dumped there. HE's towards the tree. Many, many moons ago, you could be boosted into the tree on the older Inferno. And it was nice to sit there like a pleb, doing nothing to contribute really to a round. I miss that.
Look at the pace now from Gambit. Yuri gambling on this little porch setup. KSCERATO looking after Boiler. And effectively the double elevated peak for any players coming up top mid towards that short position. There goes nafany, flashing up, trying to get position. Oh, he somehow absolutely owns Yuri. Oh no. That is a huge loss for FURIA. That whole setup was there to deal with that sort of play. And now Gambit reset into B. FURIA do have 2 players on the B side. That's Drop and Art, but that's an MP9 and M4. They have 1 smoke and 1 flash to defend this bomb site.
But there are 35 seconds on the clock, so maybe if Art can get a multi-frag, there's an option. Smoke is down. There's a counter flash as well, or a team flash. Not sure which one, but Art, his position is really important. 25 seconds, and they're rotating away. nafany's been creeping in the apartments this whole time. He has the sound cues here. FURIA did this themselves, and it's going to happen to them at the hands of nafany. Had to be looking for that one. And it just goes from bad to worse. Everybody falling for FURIA, one after the other. Fell for their own trick on the A bomb site. The dying seconds, Gambit plant 5 players up. FURIA have got to find a way into this half.
That's so unfortunate. I don't believe that nafany had any idea that KSCERATO was there in the pit position. If KSCERATO kills nafany, I think the round is over for Gambit because I think KSCERATO will be able to hold the line and delay the plant long enough that the round would have been won for FURIA. So some of these, it's coming down to these marginal spots where one shot makes the difference. And that is a tough one to swallow for FURIA. Can they hold on to these guns? They need them. Drop as another player. It's the pistol coming through, and Drop goes down to Shiro. And that is a full wipeout for FURIA. They've lost everybody, and they've got very little money left in the tank for this round. Gambit looking like it is smooth sailing on Inferno on the second half.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't really seen a competitive round, I feel like, from FURIA on their CT side. Art still has 3 kills. We need to stop seeing the MP9s at this point, I think, and see more full buys and rifles. But as I say that, it's 2 MP9s, so it's getting even worse for FURIA as Gambit head into the clutch rounds here. 13-9 now, 3 rounds away from taking FURIA's pick. And I can not really remember an advantage for FURIA in this second half, outside of the pistols, of course. An AWP, some bits and bobs, if you will. Waiting for that first peek off FURIA. We'll see if they creep forward. Gambit have been dismantling them.
Oh. There's a retake set up here, James, a pop flash. Will the timing work out? Oh, KSCERATO with the whiff there. Artho with the flash. Can he make better of it? Yes, he can. He takes down the first player. Is there cover? interz has to go deep, but Art will deflect him, and they've held on to this one. We talked about them not having any advantages in recent memory, but here's one. But fast response. Gambit straight into the A site. Can they close the distance? Yes, they can. Hobbit with that opening kill makes things very hard here for VINI, but he's going to be able to hold on with the MP9 just barely. But nafany with the trade makes life complicated. But FURIA, they finally have the players in position. And Shiro against 3. He's only got 40 seconds to do this.
I think he realizes where that smoke has come from. He might be able to jump up indeed, he knows it. He could jump up onto the site. Maybe take a close duel with 30 seconds. Try and one shot with the Tech 9. You can see him jiggling forward, drops. Oh my days! Drop had to have seen him first. Now he's got post-plant with an AWP. And that spells trouble for FURIA. Smoking off a choke point allows him to reposition, scopes in as he moves forward. An aggressive angle on Banana. KSCERATO has no idea where he is. You can see them waiting now. They don't have a kit, these players. I'm not sure if there's one on the site, but they've got to find him soon, and he could be anywhere. One wrong move, and it's a 1v1 versus the AWP of Shiro. Oh, creeping forward! How on earth has he won that duel?
Wow. Wow, I was so afraid for FURIA there. Shiro is like the last person you want to be up against in that position. FURIA, oh man, oh what a clutch shot. And that is going to keep them alive in this one. Had they lost that round, they would have been in so much trouble, but they still have a very good shot of turning this one on its head. Short, 3 rounds behind. You know, you've got Gambit on those 13 rounds, but the economy is back in action here for FURIA. They've got way more utility. If they want to take position aggressively early, they have the option to do that. But Art in this round was a savior for FURIA.
And finally, they've got something to cheer about. They were quiet for a while in this half. It's been somewhat depressing for them, I think it's fair to say. But with that one round from FURIA, they're 3 behind Gambit. They're at double figures. There's some signs of promise. Hello. VINI looking for 2, but Hobbit will be there to trade. nafany and VINI have been working together around these apartments to cause all kinds of problems. And hold on a second. KSCERATO deleted again. Yuri has got to deliver now, but it's just not hitting their shots.
Oh, it's heartbreaking for FURIA. Just a timing on KSCERATO, and then that next duel lost, and then the round's over. Just, oof. I mean, Gambit looking to go to 14. We have FURIA on the save. They will be able to save an AWP and an M4, but given the fact that FURIA just won the last round, their loss bonus has been completely reset. So they're going to have very little going into the next round. They're going to have to make the choice. Do they force buy around the AWP and M4, which I think that they will. But I mean, hold on, can they even hold on to this? There's the challenge, can you believe it? Look at that boost to try to deal with Art. And they are closing the distance. They are looking hungry to get rid of these remaining weapons. And if they are successful, FURIA's best chances may have come and gone.
Another round in the bag for Gambit. Stamping out the promise that FURIA had in that round.
That is next level, the marshmallows.
Yeah, good luck eating those. Gambit 2 rounds away from this first map of the series, the pick of FURIA, Inferno. 2 rounds away. We've seen a lot of whiff shots with the AWP from FURIA. We've seen a lot of problems for them. We've rarely seen a full buy for them in this half. That said, their backs are to the wall now, and that's maybe what they need. And the guys at the front cheering for them. I can hear their voices again. Timeout has come and gone. It has to be now for FURIA. It has to be now.
I can't really add anything else to that, James. That is it. That is the very point. It does have to be now for them. They've got to find something. So far, we've seen the heroics from Art in very needed spots. We need to see that from the rest of FURIA as well. And Gambit, they are looking so confident at the moment. We've got what looks to be a very aggressive take around Banana here from FURIA. Not too much to really contest with this on Gambit's end of things. They're happy to kind of wait out the initial util. Now the question is, do they want to play against this deep Banana smoke, or do they want to just take top mid? Because you've got only VINI here, so top mid take is certainly for free right now. nafany, oh, he's pinned him down. There are flashes though, there's a smoke for VINI. Oh, can he stay alive here? There goes the HE. KSCERATO with the protection. VINI's still stuck in his coming position. The smoke goes off to extinguish the flames, but he's stuck.
There's a gap there. They know he's still there. Art repositioning, but that can surely be heard. That rotation can surely be heard. They'll put him out of commission with a smoke grenade for the time being, and I wouldn't be the one considering trying to push through that. A take off Banana, but at the same time, Hobbit is either Hobbit or it's nafany, one or the other, still causing problems on A, leaving only one player on B.
We talked about heroics. I mean, I was going to say if they're going to be as the 1v3, the drop needs to execute, but in fact, 40 seconds to go, and Gambit actually looking to rotate back to the A site. They have that forward position on Hobbit, and he's probably picked up some audio cues for information for where those defenders are. And this pit site setup from FURIA is extremely common. So we'll see if Gambit have utility left to deal with this. There is a Molotov smoke. HE's basically everything they need to dismantle this setup. Yuri, he's got to be absolute. I mean, they both have to be perfect on this defense. It's so important here for FURIA. Yuri takes down one, has to hold on against that Molotov. VINI picks it up as well. They're doing a great job here. FURIA, they need this so desperately. Flash against the wall. The peek comes through from VINI. It doesn't work, but Yuri steps up to the plate. And now it's the desperation plot from Shiro. Oh, can he deny this? Yes! Yuri denies it. FURIA staying alive here.
Yeah, they win the round. Much, much needed round. There's money that Gambit don't even need with that bomb plant, which means maximum pressure. FURIA will move to 11. They will save 2 AWPs, but again, they're going to be on the ropes. They keep Gambit off game point, which I think is good for the mental psyche. They're only 3 rounds behind. Again, this half has been terrible for them. It's been absolutely terrible, but even so, especially with the help from the pistol, they're only 3 rounds behind. Gambit taking a timeout as we look to see who can take the next round. And FURIA have got it. They've just, like, I think half the problem for them really is just hitting their shots. They've had to jump on them with the AWP angles, and they just haven't hit their shots. But also the apartments, nafany and Hobbit in the apartments are a massive can opener for Gambit, which FURIA have not been able to deal with. They've tried to go into the apartments, try and get an early kill, but the trade frag is normally there. 4v4, minute 30 on the clock, advantage T's. FURIA just can't get the upper hand with regards to nafany and Hobbit in the apartments in these rounds, and that's causing them all kinds of problems, along with all the duels that are going the way of Gambit.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And I mean, in that previous round, we at least saw huge moments there from Yuri and VINI on the defense. Great stuff from them. We're starting to see FURIA power up a little bit. So we'll see what can happen here. We've got Art on the AWP as well. It's a normal 2-3 splits set up here for FURIA. Art is on Banana with that AWP, and Gambit looking to go for that apartments take here. We'll see what they're able to find. There is some counter utility to slow things down. Oh, we actually have FURIA possibly walking down Banana, but Shiro with that aggressive smoke, I think, has deterred them from going any deeper. KSCERATO is going to get flashed off. VINI will have to hold. He's spraying through. Can he find one? Axel's looking for it, and he's absolutely punished. VINI.
That is absolutely crazy. Art doesn't really have the angles now. I think he's been hurt by Axel, going for the flick, and it falls apart again. The quick scope not there, the position not there. 5-on-2 surrounded. They won't get a chance to save if Gambit win this round. Or will they? There's a rotation as they're looking to split the B bomb site now, and there's more angles that Drop doesn't have. His silencer has conceded his position, and surely his execution is nigh. There's going to be DNA all over this area, and it's all FURIA DNA, and again, B is lost, A is being lost at the same time. All the weapons, all the money being lost for FURIA as Gambit heads to game point.
And there it is. Shiro takes Yuri down. 15-11. Gambit looking good for this one. FURIA needs to elevate themselves. Once again, Gambit just getting the better of some of these fights and snowballing the remainder of the rounds. What do we have here for FURIA? Very little. Famas, MP9, CZ, Deagle. I mean, this is a very rough look for FURIA. How do they win this one?
They've been at the mercy of Gambit in most of these rounds. At the mercy. How do you take things into your own hands with these tools? They've got a few flashes, a few smokes, some hopeful high explosive grenades. And you can see the urgency with regards to the apartments in the last round of that incendiary we saw on a balcony. But Gambit had so much time, and Hobbit's there again. Loves the furniture in that room.
And Gambit know that this is a force buy that's going to look pretty wonky, but we'll see a top mid take into the stack here against FURIA. If they're going to have a chance, it's like this. Smoke goes down, there's no trade for that, and that gun is probably recoverable as well. You can see, I think the HE went there to try to blast the gun back to his teammates, and they're going to have to go quickly to that B site. It's desperation mode here for Gambit. Oh, he's found one though, he's got another headshot. Oh, and now there's just 2 players left for Gambit, 2 versus 5. Can they find a way to turn this around?
They've got some retake util. They'd love a molly, don't have one. Love some rifles, only got one. No kit, would love some of those as well, but they've got the numbers. Interz gets his bow rung immediately. How he's alive, I don't know. Only Interz and Shiro now as FURIA try to do what they can. Shiro left and right. Interz still alive, the crossfire is still up. In the red now, Interz, 3 more to find. Can they get on a bomb in time though? Is there time to defuse the bomb? I think there is. FURIA are still alive.
I don't know how. I mean, they're hanging on the edge of the cliff right now, trying desperately to climb their way back up. And it's just always the way, isn't it? It's just sometimes the most unlikely rounds are the ones that you win and start back up that momentum. We'll see if FURIA can get any of that momentum. It's buy upon buy from Gambit. It's unrelenting amounts of cash that they have to throw at FURIA in these remaining rounds.
I don't know how they've squeezed out the buy they have, but they've worked some magic, FURIA. 2 AKs will certainly help. In round 28, you have to wonder if we're going all the way. I'd love to see it. And I'm sure the Brazilians at the front as well would love to see it. They've come a long way to see FURIA succeed. And they need this overtime. No AWP now for Gambit, 5 AKs. But again, they go to their favorite place, the apartment, to harass FURIA later on.
And it's a more passive opening here from FURIA. Gambit, on the other hand, we've got nafany just very deep on apartments already at quite an early timing. Could catch a rotation here through these site positions, but with that said, looking at it, we have FURIA just holding. And they're going to bring a rotation. We've got Art, he's made his way across. Can he be the hero once again here for FURIA? Smoke goes away and Art picks up the kill. 5 versus 4, what do Gambit respond with as they look to take top mid control?
Art was creeping on Speedway back towards the B bomb site, but surely KSCERATO hears some footsteps here. Not showing just yet out there on an island on his own. Are they going to check for him? Library's open for now, and there's concern for Gambit. Down goes Shiro, it's even more. The bomb spotted as well, 5 on 2. Hold on a second, FURIA are coming back.
Amazing stuff from KSCERATO. Hobbit, last player standing against 5. How much damage can he do? Absolutely nothing. KSCERATO is coming alive at the perfect moment. It couldn't be any later, but he is needed. And that had to be just solid communication. You saw him in that cubby. He's in a position where obviously he doesn't want to allow the opponents to clear him methodically. And FURIA, they must have called to him the timing to peek there, because that was absolutely perfect. Just perfect timing. And we have money still in Gambit. They have 3 MAC-10s. Can FURIA survive against the MAC-10s? If they can, and there's no bomb plant, FURIA, I think, are good for the overtime here. But there goes the fast banana take. Art trying to hold here. Drop, takes down 2. There's another one. There's only 2 left here. Gambit getting absolutely wiped out. Maybe OT is a reality after all. Gambit are sent tail between legs, back down banana without the bomb.
That's exactly the round FURIA needed. A perfect storm, a struggle in this second half. But now there's a chance, a force buy from Gambit. They'd be hoping for a bomb plant at the very least. The loss bonus is middling. It kind of sucks at the moment. And so does a 2 versus 5 with an AK and a MAC-10. They could try and do some damage if they can. Depending on who they kill, there'll be full buys anyway, I feel like. And then there was one. And again, let's not forget that bright lights of this stage are being seen for the first time. For many of these Gambit players, this scene, this atmosphere is alien to them, and you start to wonder if it plays a part.
With this save, it's going to be interesting, the buy that we'll get. Oh, that's a huge frag to get from Shiro. But the question is, can he actually stay alive? There's 40 more seconds. They know what Shiro is. He's very weak, only 3 points or 2 points of health. Yuri, if he just gets the 1 bullet, but can Shiro be quicker? He's beyond the angle. Oh, and he's done it. He's taken the AK from the hands of
full
Shiro.
Spray.
I wonder, James, what the buy's going to look like here, because we're going to go into the last round of the last half of map 1.
They've done some calculations. Agside and Hobbit have got 67k, so this is going to be a dangerous buy. I mean, even if it was Tech 9s, that would still be a dangerous buy, but this will be even more so with the AK-47s and the Galil for nafany. But I do wonder if that Galil will make the difference with the apartment's presence. Who lands a headshot first? Flashes towards second mid to suggest something. That'll slow Gambit down later on. Near the Gambit crowd now starting to sing their name. See if he'll give them the encouragement they're looking for, and FURIA better be loud as well.
I love that play from FURIA because it actually suggests that there's 3 players playing very aggressively towards apartments. So you can see, like, with that flashbang, it's like there is going to be a balcony peek or something like that. So look how much time is killed, where you can see Hobbit now is having to... He has to expect basically every type of setup here. He's checking for everything. And in the meantime, we have Gambit moving up for that B control, the banana control. And FURIA, after that initial show of fake presence towards second mid, they are extremely passive here. They're playing for the late game in this round. Well, I think they're trying to bait Gambit to go into the B site here as well. Oh, big nade.
Very big nade indeed. But can they keep those chain flashes coming? Gambit had been good with them before, but Drop has the angles. KSCERATO, he's got to be real careful. Art, what are you doing? KSCERATO, that distraction from Art, the sacrificial lamb. 3 on 2 for FURIA. As they look to plant the bomb in the elevated position, so any spray was not going to work out, but KSCERATO will have position. How's he found nafany? Hobbit's alone now. He's got so much to do that.
This is insane. Hobbit. 3 players to work against as he takes a position that he is going to be committed to them. There's nowhere to fall back. He is so committed here. As soon as they spot Hobbit, he could be done for. How does he get the jewels that he needs? It's got to be perfect. This might be the moment. They're throwing the nades in. Hobbit trying to spray him down, but Yuri takes the kill. And Art, oh my God, he has to be the most insane player I've ever seen. He's pushed to smoke in this situation with an AWP, James.
Art is crazy.
He's a lunatic.
A lunatic. He does what he needs to do. He leads by example. He is the personification of that FURIA art style. The way they play is all him. That is crazy.
We're going to overtime. I cannot believe FURIA had it in them, James. They had it in them to come back. They were looking out for the count. Gambit were winning rounds just with their resiliency, with their methodology. It looks so clean. And then FURIA, they went from missing their shots, James, to coming up clutch.
They brought it to overtime, and maybe the worst is behind them as they glean more information to find out what works, what doesn't work in this CT hub. 3 more rounds to go now as FURIA try to hold on to their map pick of Inferno with the crazy plays from the man himself, Art. There are more plays to come. Full buy for everyone concerned. 3 starting on banana. Gambit not contesting too much at the beginning. Hobbit in a lot of fire actually. Half health as is exiled. Pop flash plays on banana. Art saying hello, trying to tag through the wall. Gambit must be careful.
Yeah, that was very scary stuff there, top banana. We'll get Gambit resetting out. But that's great news for FURIA. As they still have that control, they have that information towards banana as Gambit start to pressure and take away top mid control. And this actually allows, as you can see, a rotation from FURIA to assist A. However, if Gambit cut noise for a long time, FURIA will have to rotate back to the B side. So we'll see if that happens here, because we know Gambit is comfortable playing a slow round. However, they are bolstering numbers here, and we might get a counterplay. KSCERATO's playing really close. Art is there with him. Can this duo work out?
No!
Oh, he's missed an absolute sitter.
Yes!
But he's come back. He's come back, but here's KSCERATO. nafany has destroyed the defense around Arch, and VINI and Yuri are in trouble here.
They're in so much trouble. Time is not on their side. Gambit have got 40 seconds to clean this bomb site up. The bomb's been dropped though. Hold on a second, they've got to fall back. Drops it on the B bomb site, going down banana as there is a stalemate for the time being, but the pressure starts to rise on Gambit. nafany getting tagged like a piece of meat in a supermarket, but he's alive for now. 3 on 3. The flank is on the way, 20 seconds. They're stuck in this choke point. 2 on the short position. Down goes the bomb, down goes nafany. Hobbit's alone now. Again, he's got to clutch it. 1v2, 10 seconds, work for the FURIA are in the lead.
Oh, James, I can't believe this, FURIA. They are looking so crazy in these moments. Like when it gets extremely intense, they're rising to the moment. That is a huge, huge round to win. They've got the OT. They've reset everything. They have to have all the momentum right now. Gambit have to be feeling like they should have just closed this one down already.
They were not supposed to win that. Gambit hesitated. They got stuck in the short position. The bomb got dropped top mid. And I don't know if they knew what to do. They were stuck there for so long. That clock's ticking. The rotation's coming through, but that's in the past now. Second round of overtime. FURIA, maybe they're in the driving seat. Perhaps mentally they are. They never stop pushing, that's for sure. But again, Gambit will try and find the magic they had earlier on in these apartments. Hobbit and nafany causing so many issues. But it was on long when nafany caused problems last time, and Hobbit picks up where he left off. A 5v4. How do FURIA turn this one around?
Yeah, this is really interesting because, yeah, FURIA have double orbs. That is hard to retake with double orbs here. So I mean, you would like to see them find a play, find something before Gambit take a bomb site. And right now they're sacking towards the A site, but we can see Gambit, they're going towards B right now. They're looking to get that bomb planted, and it's only dropped there with the AK-47. Assistance is on the way in the form of Arts. However, there's smokes to isolate Art away from these positions. Art's going to have to go deep. We know he loves to go through the smoke. He's going to go all the way here, James. Can he do it again, though?
Flashbangs will be coming, surely. There are two flashes in the hands of Gambit. The smokes will come first. That could be a meaty one. Not too shabby, but they've got to find some kills. Gambit on the push now, but they've been slowed down by the Molotov. But still, there's only two players here. Let's not forget the action we've seen from Gambit on the other side of the site. Two players on the B box, on the A box side, while the push comes through towards A, but the bomb's not committing just yet. Down goes nafany. Hold on a second. Hobbit with the flank again. Oh! KSCERATO, what are you doing? Shiro's in no man's land. He's got nowhere to go. They tried again. They tried again with that rotation. So much action, the bomb was at the feet of the B bomb site, trying to make it happen from the apartments again.
Some of the shots KSCERATO's missed this match, and some of the shots that he's hit, unbelievable.
It's about when as well, though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, since they were against match point.
Gambit have to be nervous now.
Oh my God.
When you lose a round in a fashion like that,
God.
a free kill, a sitting duck, KSCERATO in the face, baby! 446 damage, roughly. Very close. And suddenly, FURIA have got 2 from 2. The CT side has been their problem. They've got every round so far in overtime.
Such an important map here for FURIA as well. Overpass. Gambit are undefeated. They are undefeated on Overpass. FURIA would have to destroy that amazing achievement in the next map. We'll have to see, but for now, can they pick this one up? Can they close their advantage? Gambit, are they shook from some of these insane plays that we're seeing out of FURIA, or can they make it look better for themselves? Ooh, that's a difficult one. Art now getting the damage in. The confidence here from FURIA. Drop finishing. Oh no! Oh, that is just totally gross from Drop through the smoke. If it wasn't bad enough, James, FURIA are looking to completely clean sweep this on the CT side of overtime.
Gambit getting turned into an IKEA table, getting drilled on banana by FURIA. 5 on 3 to take 3 from 3 in this overtime. And he's not ready, he's not finished just yet, Art. But he won't be successful there. And turning around that nafany from A to B is going to keep them in. There's KSCERATO though. Keeps the numbers even. And there's a flank. Hold on a second. But look how slow Vinny's going. Who's going to be ready for what? Hobbit. Oh! He just made him.
This is the problem though, isn't it? Because there's no awareness of Hobbit's position.
Gambit! Gambit! Come on!
There's nothing really, they don't first OT here. Oh, I mean, that's something, James. They needed something. That's a great flank there from Hobbit. But, I mean, Art is a crazy ride. I want to get off. Like, they gotta, I mean, the highs are super high, the lows, though, sometimes. The fact that he's pushing aggressively with the LPD there, he is something else.
Yeah. That's the FURIA crowd we want to see there. Super happy now. Again, a very difficult half, but that could have been 3. And I really feel like Gambit have got to be feeling the pressure. It's fair to say that the CT side was the hard part for FURIA. They started off well on their T side. We'll see if they can continue their momentum. this is the pick of FURIA, the first map of this series, and they are fighting for it tooth and nail.
Yeah, sick entries there from nafany and Hobbit there with the late lurk to just put it all away. Gambit have given themselves something to work with as we switch sides here in overtime. Overtime's in the main mode. You wouldn't want it any other way. Now FURIA. VINI there on the apps take. And we saw Gambit in regulation. They played very defensively, very passive. And once more, we've got FURIA with that banana control. They're missing top mid control, but you've got a setup from Gambit at the moment to deal with that, should it happen, which normally it would around that 1 minute mark at this point. Oops. Excuse me.
Again, Gambit in normal time, played defensively around A. Weren't concerned of controlling top mid, but you can't take anything for granted on the TC side. There must be a process with which to take top mid, and that takes time. Nobody knows what lies beyond that smoke grenade. But it seems Gambit will look to creep up that short position. They could be in trouble. There's a smoke to isolate fights, and they're starting to charge through. Hold on a second, though. They're lining up for interz. He's found two, and the bomb. Surely it's a full rotation. We've got 2 men in library now for Gambit as they try to hold on. 25 seconds to plant this bomb. Still on the floor for now, and it goes from bad to worse. 5 on 2, 5 on 1, 5 on none, and the score is tied.
Yeah, sick quad kill from interz, just walking down that pit position, anchoring it completely without issue. And now 17 to 17, a good start there from Gambit. Can FURIA hold their nerve against Gambit? This game is going to feel very difficult for Gambit at the moment. So hard to take down FURIA. Every time you feel like it's time for them to go down, they just keep getting back up again.
Oh, we got the chef kiss. Hope you wash your hands, buddy. All right then, 17 apiece. One of these teams needs 19 to take this first map. Otherwise, we head to more overtime.
I would not be against it. I would not be against it. Oh, interz. Great stuff there from him. And into the next round we go. And of course, all the toys are brought out here by FURIA. We've got AWP back on ours again. FURIA wait patiently whilst that initial utility is expended by Gambit. Gambit pretty comfortable, I think, like you mentioned, to just hold a default setup that's very passive with just 2 players on A, and just happy to leave these guys to hold. Sound cues for the Gambit players on the B site.
I know, but what does it mean? Oh, don't want to show too much flesh. Oh, I do wonder. Well, there is a minute on the clock. There is a lot of time. Got to be really careful about those jiggles, though. And it seems that Gambit will try to thwart the intentions of FURIA with more grenades. So they're throwing junk into this B bomb site. But will they commit behind it? That is the question. Gambit think maybe they will, and Molotov behind that smoke. Once these smokes have gone, there's no more smokes for Gambit, and there are for FURIA. 29 seconds, 3 players here. 1 is in CT, they know that much, and the swing starts. Multiple targets for KSCERATO. He knows there are 3 around this B bomb site now, and they're starting to creep back towards the A bomb site. They don't know the information, they don't know how many, where these players are, but they know that there were 3 on B.
Yeah, and interz actually went out of the site in the rotation. He's playing library. Can they find him in time? It's a great spray down. Axel from pit as well is just going to take down absolutely everybody. Gambit with a beautiful defense once again. FURIA, they just destroyed all that defender utility on B. Still were unable to get through. Forced to have to rotate. And again, Gambit. When it comes to these A site holds, they are looking so phenomenal.
Some support from faraway lands there. Many flags in this arena. FURIA, again, It's going to have to be the hard way. 3 AKs and 2 Tech 9s, plenty of utility. And Gambit will... thought maybe they'll go aggressive here. At least they'll have the utility for it. Hobbit. He's probably jumped on Banana more than anybody else in recent history of Inferno. Lucky to get away alive in this situation. See him 15 HP, trying to avoid a grenade with some elevation. Now, do FURIA just go straight in here? What is their read? It's not often that it happens, but when it does, it can prove quite promising. It looks like they might do.
Yeah, they have to just shove all in on this B side. Just all the bodies going for that CT challenge. They're going to try to take down Shiro. He's taken down 2, though. It's looking very difficult indeed here for FURIA. They're running out of players, running out of chances. This construction hold is absolutely disgusting. KSCERATO, last player standing. It's taken down 1. There's 3 more players to go. Has to go beyond the molly, but that's a wrap. Gambit, they hold their nerve, and they take down FURIA. That's 1 map in the bag. And we're going to Overpass next, and Gambit looked damn scary.
That was quite the test for Gambit. Looking somewhat stronger in that map, I think it's fair to say the pick of FURIA, who you imagine need to win their pick, but for them it's going to have to be the hard way as Gambit looking a bit shaky towards the end there, especially in normal time.